afternoon, everybody, nobody's no thing, whatever your thing is. Just want to talk about real quick, Covering Ground. I saw the movie twice, right? So I think I have a good amount of viewing time to now say, give it some critique. Because it's what's, that's what peer reviewing is. I'm peer reviewing this. And I could tell it was, built for the more common, unknown person who doesn't really know much about regenerative ag. And one of the biggest things I saw that was like a mistake was when they were going to the indigenous fire practices and they spoke to that woman who was in the tribe or I don't know what tribe she was. I think she's in Lakota or Dakota, I don't know, but no disrespect. There's a lot of Indian names that are hard to pronounce for my European ass, but we had tribes too, not to say those were hard to pronounce. Anyways, we were all tribes. I don't want anybody getting butthurt. Shit. Where was I? So carbon, yeah. So they spoke about the indigenous practice of burning the culture, burning the land, right? To get rid of the overbrush and to stimulate. There's plants in the ground that need fire too. It gets rid of not invasive, but like weeds that can suppress the growth of the seedlings. So it's a good practice and it adds carbon. But in this Covering Ground thing, she didn't specify anything about how this practice increases the soil carbon levels too. And it's not just about ash. Like she said, it gets rid of I forget what she said, and I can't remember it, but I know she didn't say anything about the carbon, how it adds carbon, because she said it adds ash to the surface. And I can even have documented proof right here to show you guys. Not that you can't go online yourself and look up prescribed burn field treatment before and after, right? But here's a quick documentation, because I've seen these things. I've literally seen them with my own eyeballs. Check that out. You see that black on there? And then you see some of the ash that's there too? Yeah, there's some ash, but a lot of this is carbon. Right? Pretty easy things. So, and where I feel they fell short was they could have said, yes, prescribed burn, and then moved it, boom, into like the biochar realm, I guess, like show Terra Preta, show that was indigenous back in the Amazon. In the Amazon, they also practiced regenerative agriculture, right? That could have been such a sweet section in that whole documentary, and they missed out on it. And they never once mentioned the pyrolysis, the ways we can do pyrolysis to enhance carbon levels, where we increase the legacy of what the tree did, which was capture all this carbon, right? And we can convert that into a highly stable form. That is a beautiful network right there. And I can't believe they missed out on like a whole 15-20 minutes of talking about it. But I'm sure they have the reasons, and I'm sure it wasn't in ill intent, but I would just say we got to pick it up a little bit. It's hard to not speak about indigenous practices and then look towards committing to doing this charcoal thing. I mean, they did human manure. That was their thing. And I'm sure they did all kinds of other funky stuff with it. But I just wish I could see more of that. And then maybe they do another movie, or we're going to do a movie about it soon. We're planning it. We just don't have this budget. We don't have the proposal to go talk to investors to say, hey, make our movie. And we're working on it. We'll get there. It's going to happen. We got lots of footage. But, we operate a little bit slower because the resources aren't always there. And, we're stuck paying for this system we're living in right now, and not having much free time to commit to like really kind of what people want to do unless they join the sides of the conglomerates. But hey, what can you do? I'm not really complaining. I just know my position here right now. So talk about biochar more. Sorry to digress again. I do that a lot.